Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to talk about Adventure Time, which isn't political in the slightest. Two really good episodes in the last 2 weeks.
Jenny Slate was also in one of them.
Yeah, and first I was like, is that Jenny Slate? Her voice isn't as horrible as it normally is. But it was. It's her as Huntress Wizard.
Finally, Huntress Wizard episode.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell's Huntress Wizard? And then I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, wait, she's just been in the background a lot.
She was in Wizard Battle.
Yeah, when she first dropped in Wizard Battle, everyone wanted more Huntress Wizard, and only now do we get it.
I mean, when she first dropped, it was Boba Fett syndrome. Because she has, I'm gonna fucking say it, the best design of any character on this gorgeous-ass show.
Yeah. She's great.
But she didn't do much. She just, did some spells, and, she was fine, but, it was like, that is a fucking cool design, I want to see more of it. Here it is. Took us a while, but we got here.
It was great.
And also Matthew Broderick came back as, that Japanese dumpling thing guy. What's that thing? That Japanese food that's the 3 color balls on a stick? That's what he is.
Oh, shoot. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I forget
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Dango.
Dongo.
Oh, Dango.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dango. Wait, no. Fuck.
Wait,
that's not right.
that looks like a really
Those
bad
are the
movie.
buns. And the hair. No, it is the food. It is the food. It's the food,
It's
but it's
both.
also what Sailor Moon does in her hair.
When they open their mouth, you throw the bomb in there.
Anyway, what the fuck we were saying?
Man, I don't know. Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick was in, kind of reprising his role from The Train. I don't know if that's what that episode was called, but it was the episode with the train and the barn. I don't remember. You guys know what I'm talking about. As some weird wise dude who doesn't emote.
He was the spirit of the forest.
This was the first episode in a long time to have a song, and goddamn.
Oh my god, Jake. I'm in love with Jake. He's my favorite character. I'm gonna say it. He's my favorite character. I love him so much. He's so delightful and funny.
I've honestly appreciated Jake more since in these later seasons we've kind of got less of him. But that's honestly made his moments all the sweeter.
He literally said in this episode, Finn told him, "Oh, grow up," to which he responded, "No, you grow up, you teen."
I know, it's the best line.
He became the audience surrogate there for a moment. Also, actually, the whole episode was like, "Finn, please just kiss somebody else. You need this, we need this." So Jake had 2 weeks to himself, just kind of doing his own thing, hanging out with his basically wife. I love that that's just what they call it, because they're not married.
No.
And they seem to have no intention of being married. They might be common law married at this point.
They're partners.
Yeah, and he goes to the farmer's market twice with TV, and he's not having it either time. It's TV eats like a dipshit.
So like me.
He just eats Kraft macaroni.
And then he's like, okay, where's Finn? They say he's dating somebody new, and it's gotta follow up on that. I'm his boy. He's my boy, and all is the juiciest shit. So we find out that Finn has been working with Huntress Wizard on some kind of flute spell to summon the spirit of the forest, which Jake is just like, nah, man, kiss her.
Yeah. And it's like, were you two dating? I still can't tell if those two were dating. I love him because he's like everybody. Yeah. He's like a real person. He's just like, wait, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, he does always have the most legitimate, normal reactions a lot of the time. Even as an adventurer, if something legitimately terrifying happens, he's the one that's just like, "Whoa! Oh my god, that thing is so scary."
So Jake's trying to hook him up. Finn is insisting that that's not what he's there for. Finn has this crazy dream where he drinks the water and meets the spirit of the forest, and he's like, she can't see anything that's not directly in front of her. They play a song, they summon the duder, they kiss, but she's like, nah, man. And he's like, okay, I understand. He wasn't only I understand, he's like, I agree. And then Jake was like, what? And then they finished playing that terrible RPG that you can't save.
Apparently based off of Phantasy Star. I've only played Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 for the GameCube, and, that sucked. I never played any of the Genesis ones. Did you notice what happened to Jake during Finn's fever dream?
No.
Yeah, he turned into the Jake from the Food Chain episode.
Yeah, the bird.
Oh, dangerang.
Also, Finn is just getting all these fucking feats, these D&D immunity feats. He's immune to fire and electricity now.
Oh, boy.
This episode was Jesse Moynihan and Sam Alden. It's pretty restrained for Moynihan.
He definitely storyboarded the dream sequence, probably by himself.
He's capable of a lot of stuff. He just likes to go weird.
I like Finn's long hair. I like that it's
that was my favorite shot ever, maybe, of him playing the flute naked in the river with his hair flowing behind him.
And then he, like, turns around and gets wrapped up around it. Like Rapunzel.
He's a beautiful young man.
And Huntress Wizard is like, I like your hair. Your hair's really pretty.
And then the second episode, we got a guest writer this time. It is storyboarded by relative newcomer. She's been on since, I think, 5.2, Emily Partridge. And Casey Green, one of my favorite living men.
Yep.
Yeah, Casey Green, you may know from webcomics such as Gun Show, Back, He Is a Good Boy, VG Cheats and Beat'ems, Horribleville, his adaptation of Pinocchio. He's amazing. Oh, he also did the regular show comics. He did the first run of those. He's an amazing, weird man. You could definitely see his stuff kind of come through. A lot of, like, the reaction faces that Jake was doing were the kind of... Oh, what you probably know him for, actually, is that This Is Fine meme. That was him. Or
yeah, like, a lot of
memes.
If you ever see a lot of memes that look like that art style, there's a good chance it's him.
I know of at least 3. There's Dad Turn, This Is Fine, and Dick Butt.
And also, it's in Gun Show, but the whole anime club thing.
Yeah, he's amazing. And he and Partridge did an amazing job on this episode. This is a heavier one, where we learn that it's called The Thin Yellow Line, named after a 2015 movie about... Well, we learned that the Banana Guards see Princess Bubblegum as a wrathful god queen.
Ugh.
They think she's amazing, but they're also scared absolutely shitless of her because of the stuff that she has done in the past and perceived acts of cruelty, which we as a viewer who have been with this show forever know are misguided acts of her trying to do what's best for her kingdom, somewhat single-mindedly. Also with blinders on. She doesn't always do the right thing, but she always wants to. Also, she's dressed like Elaine Bennett in this episode.
Yeah, her outfit was like...
She was directly inspired by her.
I liked her legs.
Me too. I liked her heels. Her poof hair. Her, like, messy poof hair.
I really love how much this show does not give a shit about that kind of stuff, because it's, like, depending on her outfit, she's either got, like, noodle stick legs or, like, real people legs.
Well, there was one time she had Street Fighter legs.
Yeah!
Not Chun-Li, but like Sakura.
She is made out of bubblegum, so she's pliable.
Yeah, that's the excuse, but also, like, it's Adventure Time.
Did you guys get a good look at that mural?
It's gorgeous. I've seen on Tumblr the person who drew it, Partridge.
Partridge drew the sketch, and then Joy Ang, who also paints all the title cards, did the final version. And it depicts the history of the Candy Kingdom.
It's awesome. But can I just say, like, my thing that I took away from the episode, first of all, I loved the message, and we had this, like, character growth of all the Banana Guards, but, like, that scene where, like, Jake keeps seeing shit was the scariest thing this year.
That's the scariest thing they've done since No One Can Hear You.
Yeah, I was legitimately creeped out and terrified along with Jake.
Like, what is up with these Banana Guards? Like, we always knew they were boneheads. We were like, wait, what?
Like, there's some kind of terrifying conspiracy going on in the freaking thing, and it turned out, like, no, they all just have weird, funny talents.
Weird hobbies that they feel like they need to suppress because they feel like Princess Bubblegum snuffs out any kind of individuality.
Yeah, because she's like, we were made to be Banana Guards. That's what we were made for.
Yeah, we can't be anything else or something's wrong with us.
Okay, so I'm looking at this mural here. We got 3 meteors, then a mass of gum, I guess the mother gum, then 2 hands forming a vaguely humanoid gum shape, then Nettie forming around the tree that becomes the Candy Kingdom tree, a silhouette in the background of Marceline as a bat. We've got some eyeball goop dangling from the top, which is probably something I've forgotten. We got the Gumball Guardians, Goliad and Sorbo. Not Sorbo. That was Hercules.
Yeah.
Stormo staring each other down. There's somebody in a jail who I can't tell who that is, and then Lemon Grab with his brain split in half, and then a very, like, divine depiction of Bubblegum with the Morrow behind her.
And all the banana guards as her loyal subjects.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. It's really, really detailed.
And Tiffany, apparently.
My favorite goof, though, was the inside joke of Casey Green and M. Partridge's art style. When Finn is doodling, he draws Casey Green's character Question Hound, better known as the dog from the This Is Fine comic. But he was actually in the first issue, the first strip of Gun Show. It was like, "Hey guys, I'm the Question Hound. There's no question I can't answer. Why are you such a gigantic tool?" And the Question Hound just frowns. And then Banana Guard 16 is like, "No, here's some shading and everything." And then he draws like this much more realistic dog still with Question Hound's hat on. And that's the way that M. Partridge draws dogs. She draws dogs and wolves a lot. She posts them on her Tumblr a lot. I've been following her since before she started the show. She likes drawing kind of nasty wolves, and that's exactly how she draws them. It's amazing.
That's pretty good. Because, I mean, like, without that context, it's still a good joke.
Yeah, it's a great joke.
That's actually a good kind of inside joke. Like, it was extra for me because I know about these two artists. But it works if you don't know them, and if it didn't, it would be a shit joke. Also, this episode referenced Spartacus, which I loved. It
was just delightful to see a more in-depth look at the banana guards, because they're always just shown as these goobers that are incapable of anything.
But the changing of the guards... The one guy was like... I think that was a Muppets or Sesame Street reference. Yeah. The guy's like, "I got 10 root beer floats, whoa!" And then he falls down the stairs. He's always got the most breakable food.
This is that rare case where the fact that the show's been on for so long is almost aiding it, because now it's like, well, who do we make an episode about now to pad until we go into the insane finale? Oh, those bananas.
Yeah, see, now, you can't do it too long or else they become the Simpsons. It's like, okay, I guess we'll do an episode about Gil. Please don't do an episode about Gil. Gil is the poor man's Lionel Hutz. We're all sad we can't do more stories with Lionel Hutz. Lionel Hutz was the absolute best. Gil sucks. I hate Gil Gunderson. Gil Gunderson has never been funny. He's always been almost funny, but he sucks.
Nikki, we're going really long.
I don't know if you've talked about him on the show before, because for those of you who have never spoken to Nikki when he's not on microphone, there's very little difference.
Yes.
That's the whole reason we started a podcast.
Yeah, we're all very real on this show.
So I think that's all the recaps we're going to have time for.
Yeah, any shout-outs you want to...
We got some fan art on Twitter that was wonderful. We retweeted it, so check out our Twitter for that.
There were 2 pieces, actually.
2 different pieces, yeah. Really great stuff. You guys are awesome. Edgar, the blacksmith, our pal, sort of regaled us with the story of how he met Steve Bloom, and even showed us pictures. So that's pretty cool.
He showed it because, like, he told us that story before about how Steve Bloom came in and got swords. He took some pictures, and like one of them was just Steve just with a bunch of like swords and shit, and it's pretty great.
I also asked if there's any other animation podcasts. The only other one we know, I guess, is the Pizza Party podcast.
Rebel Taxi's podcast. Because Rebel Taxi does more than just that. They just do like a general like entertainment YouTube channel about animation and stuff. There's a lot of podcasts specific to popular big fandom shows going on now. Like there's Gravity Falls podcasts, there's Steven Universe podcasts, there's probably an Adventure Time podcast.
Rob Paulson.
Oh, Rob Paulson's podcast, yeah.
Talking Toons.
That's more of an interview thing with other voice actors and stuff.
It's pretty interesting though, because Rob Paulson's the best.
Daniel wrote to us, said they're having trouble finding Zootopia in the Philippines. I'm really sorry. I hope you can watch it. Also, we did ask people like where they listen to our podcast. A lot of people gave us feedback on that, so thank you. We got a lovely email from Keenan. Like this crazy story about going to get Chinese food in the middle of listening to our Kung Fu Panda 3 episode.
They said they ate dry ramen like Finn and What Was Missing.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
You people live some lives. Also, someone else, I don't remember which specific email it was, but I remember like reading through them and someone was like, hey, Toon Goons, or I guess Nina, since she's the only one that reads these. Like, Nina's hosts the email segment. We all read them.
We all read them.
Because my phone blip bloops, and I'm like, ooh, a fan.
I don't have to be the only one who hosts it. You guys can...
Yeah.
jump in whenever
One thing
want.
I want to bring up real quick on
Yeah.
Twitter, Fangirl660 asked, "Are you coming to WonderCon this year?" Our only convention plan. I mean, no, we're not.
Yeah. This is a tough year for all of us right now. There's a lot of shit's going on in our lives.
Last year we were at SPX, or Tooch and I were, and I'd like to do it again this year because it's very close and something you can just, it's a day trip.
It's close, cheap, and small.
And you can meet some real cool artists.
Yeah.
Very, very cool artists. Speaking of cool artists, I know we're going long, but I think you guys are going to agree this is worth it. Mm-hmm. We want to talk about one of our favorite artists, Samus, Sammus.
Musical artist.
An amazing rapper who we first saw at MagFest last year and then saw 3 fucking times at this MagFest, is releasing an EP on the 25th of March, 2 days after this recording. She is an amazing singular talent, one of the greatest rappers I've ever heard, honest to God.
If you like what Zootopia is saying because no other freaking cartoon movie is saying it, you will love Samus because she's basically saying what no other, like, especially a nerdcore rapper is saying, because she has a lot of non-pop culture related stuff, and it's on its next level shit.
That's samusmusic.bandcamp.com. Samus again with 2 M's. And she's just a wonderful, sweet person.
Yeah, we're not endorsed by her. We just love her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just thank you to @WordlessRage, @Jake Lopez, at Era Gamer, at Tonanapai, at Real Grey Bob, at Fangirl660, Bugberry, Lordio Cornolio. Thank you for your feedback. Sorry we couldn't read everybody's off, but you guys are great, and we'll get on that shit. I am going to be better at responding to shit once I have a grip on my life. So thank you for your input. You guys are awesome.
Our email is thetoongoons@gmail.com, and our main website is our Tumblr, thetoongoons.tumblr.com. Also, please find us on iTunes. You can subscribe, rate, review, all that great stuff there. We've got a bunch of other outlets that you can read about on the Tumblr. Next week, we are doing Home Movies, one of our favorite shows of all time. It's all on Hulu, and it's going to be a very interesting discussion because it's a hell of a show. And kind of a change of pace from what we've been doing recently. Thank you all so much for listening and sticking with us. I've been Nikki.
I've been Nina.
And I continue to be Tooch.
And thank you for tuning in. Oh, wait, we forgot to talk about... One last thing before we go. Those Bara-ass tigers at the end were fucking crazy.
How did we not talk about the Bara tigers?
Well, for me, like, my whole thing was, like, everybody's talked up these goddamn tigers. Everyone knows
hadn't
about
seen
these
that.
tigers.
They're magnificent.
Like, specifically those tigers are, like, turning the nation into furries.
Yeah, like, because, like, they're sexualized. No one else in the movie really is. Like, Gazelle a little bit. Those tigers are, like, the bars, how they've got the Speedos on, they're voguing all over the place, they've got the makeup on, and the glitter in their eyes. They're gorgeous!
Also, another thing I just found out that we needed to talk about. I can throw this shit into the middle. I don't care. I'm editing this. It's my show. The titles of the soundtrack. I gotta read some of these off to you guys.
Oh yeah, they're gold. They're gold.
Okay, so I was gonna read them in order because I want to save the best one that I think for last. So we've got Jumbo Pop Hustle, Walk and Stalk, Gray's Mad at Me, Ticket to Ride, Case of the Manchas.
No!
This one's just called World's Worst Animal Shelter. It's not even a pun. Some of My Best Friends Are Predators. Okay. Ramifications. You Fell for It.
That was almost a spoiler.
Three Toe Bandito, and my personal favorite, Work Slowly and Carry a Big Shtick. Oh, good night, everybody.
We're done.